So this very first thing, let's deal with the very first definition, what we are about to see and what we are about to waiting to learn for. So what is plumbing? So I can say one thing in short and sweet and easy manner. Plumbing is a system or any system which can be used to convey the fluid in wide range of applications. Now, it's something which is used to convey the fluid. Now it might be water or it might be something. Okay, it's a fluid. Convey the fluids for a wide range of applications. You can take for irrigation, you take for industrial, you take for commercial, you take for residential, a number of applications. Okay, so everywhere I can say in short, plumbing is nothing but a system in which we are using to convey the fluid to any kind of application. Okay, that's what I said. In number of applications, like in residential also, we do need as what the fluid is a medium as water. Okay, for human things to be done, for example, like having shower and drinking of the water, cleaning house, washing the utensils, xyz. For example, if you talk about any commercial buildings, if it's again a commercial building, again it might require for the flushing of the WCs and again laboratories and all this. If again it's a hotel, then again it needs some wet area in the toilet area or the bathroom area over there. If it's again industrial for the food processing or something, again we need over there. Yes or no? Or if it's some again thing, any kind of application like irrigation, again we need the water as a fluid just to do the watering to that XYZ irrigation or the plantation over there. Yes or no? Online. So in simple words, plumbing is something as which it's used just for the convenience for or to supply of the fluid or water, you can say, to any kind of the application of the ranges, you can say. Next is what is a system? So we got, okay, plumbing is something, we got an information. Now what is a plumbing system? Plumbing system is something which includes of like the installation or with combination of all the materials over here. Like I can say in plumbing, we generally sees or tanks. It might be overhead tank or underground tank. Okay, first thing we might have pumps installed with the tanks, and we might have piping connected to that pumps so that the water pumps from one place to another. And to that we have number of fittings and accessories like elbow T, reducers, valves, everything. Completely, if I combine all this, I can say this is a plumbing system. Okay, the same thing is given over here. What is exactly a plumbing system? A plumbing system is used by combination. This is actually, you can combine a club, pipes, valves, plumbing fixtures, tanks, and other apparatus to convey the fluid. That means transfer the fluid one place to another. Piping is just a medium, you can say, to transfer the water one place to another, but change the direction and all this, again, that also takes very important essential role into this. Then that is done by fittings. And again, accessories, for example, I need to stop water in some line, or example, in some XYZ toilet. So I need to have a ball valve or an IV over there, isolation valve, right? So these is a plumbing system, I can say, combination of this, I can say, as a plumbing system. So I hope that's clear, everyone. If you have any kind of doubts, you can please come back to me, or you can share your knowledge, or you want to ask something, you can. You're feel free to ask anyone. Is that okay? Shall I proceed, or you have anything? Please come back to me right now. Is that clear, everyone?
Okay. Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Okay. So this was about what is plumbing and what is a plumbing system. I'll show you an image also, so you get an idea. You can say this as a plumbing system. Just try to recall online just what we have read. I'll say you, for example, these are the two pictures over here, and this is WC and this is a laboratory. That is nothing but, I can say in general words, because right now we are learning, wash basin, but in technical term, I'll say as laboratory. And this is WC. We'll be seeing the categories also. So now from this WC, you know, the moment we flush, the water goes collected from this pipe, and it goes like this. Okay, and again, if he drains out the water, what he's collecting, the skid, if he throws this, it goes all the way, passes through this P trap, and again it goes down, and again it is connecting into the same pipe from where the waste is coming from this WC. And from this you can see it is going with some slope, and if it's going and connecting to this pipe. So this is, I can say, as a stack, the riser or the stack, and this is directly connected from this WC, and this is directly connected from the what? This is from the laboratory. So, but there is a huge difference between this pipe and this pipe. This pipe is called as waste pipe. This pipe is called as online soil pipe. Hmm. Yes or
Soil
no?
pipe.
Hmm. Okay, so
Yes,
now
yes.
if you see over here, there are different kinds of pipings over here. Like I said, what's plumbing system? It's not only just the conveyance of the fluid, that is only plumbing, but system is something you can see. For example, I'm having this amount of only, like example, half meter of the pipe of XYZ material, and I need a turning. So I'm having one elbow, 45 degrees or 90 degrees only. What is this?
90 degree.
This is
90
90,
degrees.
90
Very good.
degree.
Okay. Then again, I'm having one piece over here. Again, 45-degree elbow and one more T over here.
45.
Why I have left a T
Why
over here?
why why T?
Yes. Why I have left one T over here? Can anyone say me?
It is for a drainage.
For the vent,
No. Why I
For
am having a T
transventing.
over here? Yes, because I can have one flow drain over here.
for the vent.
Flow drain. No, no, not vent. This is flow drain. For example, if some water is being over here, so it needs to be drained out. Nah, that's why we are leaving one option so that the water collected into this and it can go into the same pipe. So this is again this thing. So what I'm trying to say here is this is a system of the piping. That is, it's a system. So in system, we might see this are the fittings like 45-degree elbow, 90-degree as a T, a number of things over here having. Okay. And after this, we are having is what? This is fittings over here again, you can say. Fittings we'll be discussing now. This is again a P-trap, again one more kind of fitting, which creates a water seal. Don't get confused, I'm just saying, we'll be discussing this is much in later. I'm trying to say you what exactly is a plumbing system. So plumbing system, again, this is a combination of this, and this is called as a waste line or the wastewater line. And apart from this pipe, which is going above, this is called as a vent pipe. Okay. From here all the gases, because it is connected to this, so what happens, the gases from this and the gases in this, the water is heavy when compared with air, so water comes down by means of gravity and by means of slope, and the rest air is lighter, it goes above, and this is acting as a vent pipe, and this is a riser, or I can say a stack, which is collecting the wastewater and the soil water. So this I can say is nothing but a plumbing system. Yes or no? Or else I can say it's only plumbing, only just convenience of the water from one place to another to the respective fixture. That's it. Yes or no? But system is something because fixtures not only required the water, at the same time it demands that water to be drained out to maintain a healthy atmosphere inside the project. So now we have seen this. The plumbing system is this, what I've said you. Now let's move on. So plumbing is further divided into two parts: water supply and the drainage. Water supply is the lengthiest part. Drainage is not that lengthy, which is small when compared with this. But this is further divided into or classified into 5 parts: water and drainage. So if you see plumbing, water and drainage, two, and further classified as cold water system, is hot water system. Here drainage, waste, soil, and surface. So we'll be seeing wastewater is water. What water will be seeing? Soil water and surface water. Surface water is nothing but the rainwater, you can say, which needs to be drained out. Okay. So we'll be seeing all these systems and we'll be seeing how to design this. So we have already seen this image. Now let's move on for the next. This is very important. Now we'll be dealing with the standard societies or the codes, I can say. Standard societies or the codes, one and the same. Now, if anyone is from HVAC or if anyone already knows about the plumbing and firefighting, I think now you people have heard some kinds of thing called as codes or standards, what we do use. For example, if I give you an example, if you are in firefighting, we do use NFPA, National Fire Protection Association, and we do use in HVAC ASHRAE standard. If India I'm dealing, then ESHRE standard. Likewise, for plumbing, we do have some kinds of codes or the standards what we do use with respective to the region application. Yes or no? So now there are a number of codes over here specified one by one. So very first code is nothing but IPC standard, that is International Plumbing Code. Okay, and second is UPC. But this International Plumbing Code is a code or a handbook, I can say, in which we will be getting all the data to design, to install, and to select the material of the material with respect to the region. For example, there are different application codes. You can see there are a number of application codes over here, like IPC, UPC, ASP, British Standard, DEVA, and XYZ. We need to opt one. Now, how we need to opt any one? Why? Because these codes is being done on a basis of previous experience and research and development of a team, and they have said, okay, for example, if I'm dealing with international plumbing code, or example, I can say if I'm dealing with I can say NBC, that is I can say. So if I'm dealing with a project which is in India, then I'll be going with NBC standard, or the standard which my company is saying to proceed up with, because they are following the same standard. So my main concern, what I'm trying to say here is the codes and standards vary from region to region, because for example, number one is the atmospheric condition. For example, I'll give one simple example. If I give you example of Gulf, and if you give you example of the Western countries, so what is the major difference over there? The climatic conditions. Here the climatic conditions are extremely hot. There climatic conditions are extremely. So where the convenience or the temperature difference, what happens? The usage of the water becomes lesser or higher. Yes or no? Yes or no online. And moreover, it comes on the people also. Like example, if he's an adult person, so how much water he consumes or how much he demands, and if he's like a kid in that area, how much he demands or she demands, like that. Okay, so this is being decided by a research team, and they have put this as a called as a codes or standards. So this is called as like listed below are all the codes over here. So if you're dealing with any kind of company, you'll be having this codes and standards they work for. So IPC is a code which is globally accepted. For example, if you're working in a company and they are saying, no, they don't have any kind of code. Now they said you to design a pipe size, for example, as per IPC, or they don't said anything. They said just you design with whatever the code you know, because they are not following any code right now. So you can just follow with IPC, because IPC is what international plumbing code you can see. So the moment you are reading international, that is internationally accepted. That means the values which has been given in that code for the designing calculation part is being globally accepted, because the values what's being given over there are on an average or a range, you can say, okay, on an average you can say for the entire world. So they can. Why? Because whenever you're dealing or designing with any kind of the design, you need to give the reference. It's not something like that I have designed and I said, okay, this is the pipe size what we needed. Yes or no? To prove that, I need to give the reference. They will be checking as per that. Then that gets approved. Then only you can install on site. Yes or no? Based on approved shop drawings only, we do the. This is IPC, that is International Plumbing Code. You can write down in bracket or you can note it down. This IPC is globally accepted. Anywhere part of the world, you can use this codes. Okay. What is code? I'll give you the definition of that also. Next is UPC. UPC stands for Uniform Plumbing Code. Now this is commonly used in the terms of Gulf area and US. Okay, why? Because this is suitable for that region, and this code is especially having the values for these regions only. So if anyone is dealing with the projects near in this particular region like US and this Gulf countries, they might use this, and IPC can also be used. It's not a problem. Then when I'm saying you only UPC, no, it's not like that. IPC can also be, but if your company is saying no, we do follow UPC, then you need to go with UPC. Okay, so UPC again a standardized thing for the Gulf and USA. Next is ASPE, American Society for Plumbing Engineers, specialized in again USA. Okay, next is British standards. Now if you're dealing with a project which is in UK, so we will be following this code, that is British standards. London, UK. Okay, DEWA, that is Dubai Electricity and Water Authority. You can see Dubai, it seems. That means what? For the Emirat, you will be using this complete. Okay, because again, the values, what's being given over there, or the material or the installation methods as per that particular area or that region. Next is Royal Commission, that is for used in the KSA, that is Kingdom of Saudi Arabia. So this is standardized handbook or application book for this area or the region. Okay, complete. Apart from this, IPA, just now he said, again, this is also from India. It has been used, that is Indian Plumbing Association over here. Then ASHRAE, again, ASHRAE is something, American Society for Heating, Refrigerating and Air Conditioning Engineers. Again, this is also one code which we use for, again, something that's for the heater selection and all this. Again, don't get confused, it's from HVAC. Now some part we might take for this, because the values also been provided. There is one more code again we can use as per the company. If they are saying follow ASHRAE, because my company used to follow ASHRAE standards for the pipe designing, it's not something like that you need to go fix with this. Now they will be saying you what code, like example, you people have said me number of things over, like you are following UPC or IP or NBC or whatever the standard, based on their application or based on the region will be doing this. Okay, so this is again, and one more Qatar Kharama, this is again used in the Qatar. So these are some popular known codes over here. Apart from this, there are like NBC, he said. There is one more thing, NPC also, that is National Plumbing Code, that is again for India. Okay, so there are a number of things, UPC and IPC, NPC, NBC, and ASHRAE application handbook. There are a number of things over here, different codes over here. But why is this codes required? So I'll give you more clear idea. The plumbing code is a code that provides recommended values. Recommended values for what? For the calculation purpose, you can say, for designing. Okay, that means technical thing I'm saying, for the load calculation. So we'll be getting some values for the designing purpose. Like example, by opting that values, one can do the design, and sizing. I can do sizing. Yes, please. Why do we need these kinds of codes over here? So now, as I said, plumbing code will be giving you the recommended values, okay, based on their research or their previous experiences. Okay, this is perfectly fine for this application, for this number of people, for this region, for this material. That's it. Okay, recommended values for the designing. Then sizing. Sizing refers to, it might be any kind of size, pipe size, or number of things which we are about to size. So sizing and installation guidelines. So for example, it gives you the guidelines for the installation, how are the things to be installed, and the material for the project. For example, if you're dealing with any kind of project which is nearby to the seashore, then if I'm dealing with GI, then it won't suggest you. It will say, no, don't go with GI, because the humidity ratio is very high over there, because we know that nearby the seashore, humidity is very high. What is humidity online? Can I say? What can we say for humidity? Moisture present in the air. Can I say moisture present? Moisture content is very high in that
moisture content in the air.
So what happens when moisture and air mixes to the material?
And rust and erosion.
Yes, it's
corrosion,
right? So this material, just an example I'm giving you so that you can visualize and say, yes, okay, codes will be helping this. So what code will be saying, if you're having a project nearby to the seashore, it says don't go with the metallic property of the material, go with non-metallic plastic category, because there would be no problem for the installation in future also. That means it will not get corroded and all this. Or else if it's like if you want to go with metal only, then you can go with copper, but that would be very expensive option, isn't it? So likewise, we'll be getting some instructions for the designing, for the guidelines for the installation, and guidelines for the sizing, how you need to size, for example, the pipe size, or how you need to select the pipe diameter, or how you need to size the grease interceptor. Just an example online. Or sump pit, if you're doing, how you need to do the sump pit, or how you need to have a pump room, or how you need to select this XYZ, the information all about the respective things. So these are the things which is giving all the guidelines or the tracks which you can follow, so that you can say you have done the project in a standardized manner. Yes or no? I can say that. This was about the plumbing code. So these are the things what will be getting the help from the plumbing code, and these are all list of the plumbing codes. Now, why do we need this codes? Now, this is very, very essential, important. We have already learned something over here. Now, let's see in the technical manner and exactly how this can help us. Okay, so by taking an example of one code. So why do we need the plumbing codes? Plumbing design based on the probability, except special cases like evolution tab and residential school. Therefore, to design plumbing, standards and codes are required. So always remember, right now we are dealing with a plumbing industry, and we are dealing on focusing on specializing on the residential area. We'll be dealing on complete project that is resident only. So what is happening over here, whenever you deal with a plumbing designing, mostly in the, I can focus on the residential, we do the pipe sizing mostly on what? The probability basis. Now, what do you mean by probability? Can I say chances? For example, I'll give you one simple example online. This is a bathroom. Yes or no? Yes or no?
Yes, sir.
And there are two fixtures over here. One is WC and one is laboratory. So what do you people think, that this fixture and this fixture both will be getting used at the same time? That means at the same time the flush can be done, at the same time the water can be used for washing his hands.
Probability 1/2.
1/2, right? So that means chances are that only any one might be using at the same time, right? Yes or no? So whenever we are dealing with this, mostly remember any kind of the project residential, mostly we deal up with the probability, that is the chances. This was the example, just two fixtures, might be 3, 4 fixtures. So only amount 5, I might only use 2, not more than that. So that is the chances. And the values, what we do see in the application handbooks, that is based on the probability. Yes or no? Yes or no online?
Yes, sir.
Right. So this is what plumbing always designed based on the probability, except special cases, but not all the cases probability, because we do have some special cases also, like example, WC at the same time, laboratory at the same time, and a continuous thing. So that is some special cases. What are that special cases? Case number 1 is ablution tap. What is ablution tap? Ablution area where we perform or where we offer wuzu. Like example, wudu, like before offering prayer, we go and we wash hands and face and all this. So we know that example, prayer at a specific time. So before that time, all the people gather up over there. Yes or no? So, and there is maximum usage of the water, and it will be maximally occupied, the number of taps over there. So this is a peak demand. I can't go with the probability basis. For example, no, only 10 taps, okay, it might be 3 or 4 working. No, I can't go with that. I need to go and design on the peak demand, considering in mind that there's all that 10 taps in that particular area will be used at the same time. That's what. Yes or no? The size of the pipe or the main header would be bigger. If you go with probability, that would be lesser. Yes or no? One special case. Second special case is what? The residential school. Residential school is a school where candidates come over there, attend school, and again go back, and they stay in the same premises. So what happens? For example, they have school at 7 a.m. in the morning. So everyone wakes up at 5. So the number of wet areas over there, like example, all the toilets, all the bathrooms will be used at the same time. For example, 10 bathrooms side by side. There is chances that all 10 bathrooms will be used on a continuous base, that to all the 10 WCs as in use. And again, same thing like showers, all 10 showers will be working at the same time. Yes or no? So if I deal up with this while using the probability values, my system will fail, because it is not being designed, or it's not should to be designed on a probability basis. That should be designed on a peak basis. That means considering, yes, all the fixtures which is being installed over there as per this application special thing, I need to consider that all fixtures to be considered that they are working, or they will be working. And they will be working for sure. Either with the probability or the special cases, you need this plumbing codes, because from this plumbing codes, one will be getting the codes or the values to design on the probability basis or design on the peak basis. So we'll be having this code. So in short, we'll be getting some recommended values based on the probability or based on the peak demand. Example, peak demand, what should be the value? Example, probability demand, what should be the value? We'll be taking help of this. Okay. So today is